13, 24, 10. Are you on OnlyFans? Let's meet some of our listeners tonight that have an OnlyFans. Doesn't matter how much or little you earn.
You mean like people banging stuff up on OnlyFans rather than people just like subscribing?
Oh, yeah. If you're an OnlyFans contributor.
Content creator.
Artist.
creator.
Like a sandwich artist, like a nudes artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Oh, I thought you meant sandwiches with nude. Yeah. Okay, yes. So if you have an OnlyFans, 13, 24, 10, we'd love to chat to you because there's an article that's been published. They spoke to some of the top contributors in Australia on OnlyFans. Now, these are girls in the top 1% of contributors. Most of them have around 3 properties, bought, mortgage free. They have bought these houses in Sydney, Queensland, Western Australia and Victoria, and they are completely mortgage-free for the rest of their life. Now, I just want to reiterate, these girls are in the top 1%. Now, the average OnlyFans creator only makes about $200 a month. These girls are the ones making around $200,000 a month.
A month?
A month.
But that's like a big sliding scale. So, you know what I mean? Like what's, if average is 200, if top end is 200,000 a month, like could you be turning 50 grand a month if you're like mid-table? Like that's still insane money.
And again, putting it in perspective, over a third of all money that's made on OnlyFans is made by the top 1% of OnlyFans creators. Over a third of all of it made is that top 1%. So we're used to seeing all these success stories of like the 200,000 a month and going, oh, if you make an OnlyFans, you're going to nail it. You're going to have 5 houses by the time you're 25. But it's just like every industry. There's a lot of people trying to get their foot in the door and it's slowly being flooded. Look, 13, 24, 10, if you're on that sliding scale, if you have an OnlyFans and you're not making that much money, but it's getting you by, we'd love to meet you.
Jess in Brizzy, you're on it. Are you doing all right? Like, what are you sort of making?
It really depends on the week or the month and what I'm kind of putting into it. It all depends on how much you're advertising and where you're advertising. So I can range from a couple grand a month to maybe only a couple hundred a month.
Okay.
But
What do you mean when you say where you're advertising? Do you mean like you spend money and you pump out ads on Facebook? What do you mean?
No, so there's just different platforms that creators will use to put out photos, I guess, that get the buyers to come in or the people to come in. I'm not too sure how much we're allowed to kind of say and what platforms we use to do that, but you have to be smart as well where you put that kind of stuff out because a lot of platforms don't allow it. So, it's a little bit of a difficult market and you have to be careful of how you go about things sometimes.
Yeah, well, the girls that are in this top 1%, the contributors, they've said that it does take, it's like a full-time job if you want to make it a full-time job. So, Jess, they've said you've got to do your marketing, you've got to do all your admin, you've got to like do all the money side of it, financial side of it. So it is a full-time job, plus thinking about all this fresh content and managing all that. It's not just like, oh, you log on after work and you post a few photos and you make 200 grand.
And is it one of those things, Jess, that like everyone in your social circle, like, do they know you do it, or is it something you sort of like do on the sly a little bit, or is everyone very aware?
Everyone's aware at this point. I did keep it on the down low to begin with, but I found that kind of hindered the ability to get many subscribers. So I kind of just made it known, and that helped a little bit.
Well, Jess, did you want to, you don't have to, by all means you don't have to, but did you want to give your username a shout out?
For sure, why not?
Go for it.
My Insta, you can go to Jess_Chabri and all my links are in there.
All right, Jess, well, hopefully that pops off for you. Make yourself a little bit of more money on the sides.
Obviously, we'll be taking 18%.
Yeah.
That goes without saying.
We are your new managers now, Jess. We'll speak to you again next week.
Dante in Melbourne, good evening. You're an OnlyFans creator.
Hi.
Well, how much are you making?
I first started off a couple of months ago because I recently split up with my ex-partner and I'm now making $10K a month.
Whoa! Dude, for real?
Wow.
Absolutely.
So are you up there in some of the top few percentage or are you just an average one?
I wouldn't say in the top few. I'd like to get to that. Like, that is the goal. But at the moment, it is just the average.
So,
at the
Dante,
moment.
was this something that when you were with your partner, maybe you joked about, oh, one day I'm going to do this, and then when you broke up, you actually just started doing it? Was it something you always wanted to do, or did you just have the idea to do it and it took off?
Absolutely. That is something it's something that I always had in my mind that I wanted to do. And I think it just took a little bit of a push, and that push was my best friend.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
And so is this like a full-time gig or is it your part-time hustle? So you're working like a full-time job and then you're just making 10K a month on the side just for taking some photos and videos and stuff?
Yeah, of course. So basically at the moment I am working a part-time job, but I'm also doing OnlyFans part-time as well because it is it's generally making enough for me to get around.
Dante, can I also ask, obviously, we're on the radio. Let's keep it somewhat M, if you can. Are you doing, to get 10 grand a month, are you doing wild stuff? Are you just doing, what you would say is basic stuff?
I wouldn't say it's basic. It's more wild. I've always been a very wild person. So basically the content that I'm doing is for adults.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I would hope so. Yeah, I mean, Dante, I think that goes without saying. I would assume 18 plus would be the cutoff there, we'd hope.
Dante, do you want to give a shout out to your handle?
Oh, my shout out is SurfBum02.
All right, Dante.
It's funny because I'm waiting for someone to say some hectic handle where I'm like, whoa, we cannot hear that.
Dante, thanks for getting involved. Kiki joins us now. Good evening, Kiki. Are you an OnlyFans content creator?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. I'm actually not on OnlyFans anymore. They kicked me off of their platform.
Oh.
Because was it too hectic?
It was too naughty.
That sounds criminal, doesn't it? I mean, if it's too naughty for OnlyFans, I mean, wow.
Yeah, is there a
You'd be
line?
surprised.
Mm.
You'd be surprised. It's a very vanilla platform now. So I'm actually on others such as Fansly, ManyVids, a handful of other ones.
I've never heard of that. I didn't even know that was the thing.
I'm racking my brain for what you could do that would get you kicked off OnlyFans,
Yeah.
Everything you can imagine.
In my head, it's like killing someone and filming it.
I mean,
I mean,
if I
whose head went to that? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Kiki just killed someone and now she's just calling it. She's on the run and calling it. Obviously not.
It's
I mean-
it's something that the internet doesn't let you show because
It's-
everything is on the internet.
it's past 6 p.m. If I give a content warning, right? I give a big fat content warning, and then Kiki can tell us. That seems
And what,
fair,
Kiki,
right?
we're in a 10-second delay. So you tell us.
Yep.
And if it's not if it breaks FM standards, we will dump and it will just sound like a little glitch in the radio for everyone else and we'll move
Yep.
on.
Yep.
So let's just see how we go.
Well, to keep it simple and public is not allowed any e-related content. And
Sorry, I missed that. I missed that. Any what?
Cut out.
Any what?
Yes.
Oh, fists.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I got that
All
second
right.
time.
Yeah, no, I think we can.
And in
I think we
public.
get- I think we
said,
get it.
and in public.
Oh.
And in public at the same
gee
time?
whiz.
Well, yeah, too. Yep, both at the
Wow.
same
Oh, all right.
Oh,
People
both-
love that.
oh,
People
both-
need to see that.
People love that. All right.
People love that.
Both
wow.
at the same.
And that would get you banned on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's funny, how do you start an email to appeal? I find it ridiculous. I see it was simply two fists. On the
Look,
bus.
Kiki, we appreciate you coming on and sharing with us tonight. Did you want to give was it Fansly? Do you want to give something a shout out?
Can you give my Twitter a shout out?
Yeah, go for it. Give us your Twitter.
It's just Kiki Isabel. KIKIISEL.
All right,
All right,
Kiki. We
wonderful.
appreciate you coming on, and you're now in the draw for 10K day in May.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
See ya. Take it easy.
Just like little pennies to her. She wins 10K.
Yeah, whatever.